He was upset about that. He was trying to hold it and he was upset, but I could tell he was upset because the next thing he said was, "Oh, you're a cool guy, huh?" I said, "No, I'm not a cool guy. You a cool guy?" He said, "Yeah, I'm a cool guy, just doing cool stuff, trying to be cool." I said, "Man, cool people never say shit like that."
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to episode 4 of Playing to the Back. I'm your host, Jordan Black. That is right, I got a haircut. But my water wasn't on all day, and I didn't get a chance to shower, so wearing a hat instead. In honor of his last week as co-host of the Eric Andre Show, I'll be talking about Hannibal Buress. Before we get into the video, be sure to like this video for me, comment what comedian you want to see me do next, be sure to hit the bell next to my name, all that good stuff. That being said, this week, we'll be talking about how Hannibal's tone clashes with his comedic voice, and how that contributes to his stand-up. Now, people can sometimes mistake a comic's tone for their voice, being that they typically associate tone with articulation or the physical pitch of the voice. So what is comedic voice? Voice is a loose term that in its most basic sense means, who are you to a comedian? Now this can mean many different things to any comedian. Steve Martin in his masterclass on comedy said that in his opinion, the best way to find your comedic voice is to ask yourself, when am I at my best? And then to focus your act around the answer to that question. So if you're someone that thrives in positions of leadership, perhaps you're going to be a little bit more authoritarian and confident on stage. If you're at your best whenever you're hanging out with your friends and you're busting each other's balls, you might be a roast comic, or be more critical of the world around you. I personally feel like I'm at my best whenever I'm at parties, so I try to be more conversational on stage, rather than making my material feel like a lecture. I like to get to know my audience a little, charm them just a bit, and throw out a couple of stories that'll engage them.
I got a jaywalking ticket in Montreal. I couldn't believe it. I've jaywalked so many times in my life. It's such an easy thing to time out. Hey, is there a car coming? Nah, let me get across there. I've done it thousands of times. But this time, it was me and this old lady. We were jaywalking together. We weren't together like that, but if we were, so what? Mind your business. I just met y'all.
There are many different elements that make up the voice. Like values. What do you believe? Your persona can be really morally rigid, where you believe that everything is either black or white, or you can be more gracious and offer careful consideration to every point that you make. Profanity. Some comics make their living off of being profane. Other comics hang their hats on working squeaky clean. Substance. What topics does your character stick to? Some comics are political, some comics like to explore the nature of man, and some comics choose to focus on more mundane topics like food. And finally, there is your tone. The way you speak, your meter. How do you choose the words that you use? And it isn't just your vocal tone, it's how does your face look? Or how you move around the stage. Tone is the most immediate impression you're going to make on an audience. So here you can see that Hannibal's tone is somewhat apathetic. He gives the impression that he doesn't really care what we think. His speech is a little bit slower and relaxed, and is definitely very casual. So you could say, based off his first impression, that he has a very loose personality. His tone would suggest that he doesn't really care about the world around him. But how does he respond whenever the world starts to interfere with him?
So me and this old lady, we get across the street, then a Montreal cop approaches us speaking in French. French. I said, hey man, I don't talk like that. That's not how I talk. Can you talk to me how I talk? It probably wasn't the best way to start off our interaction by mocking his native language, but who cares? I take risks in life. And he says, you were jaywalking! And I said, sorry about that. And I tried to keep going about my day, because I thought that's how jaywalking was handled as a crime. You were jaywalking! My bad. We're done here, right? That's it. I acknowledge that I jaywalk. I apologize not for the act of jaywalking, but how my jaywalking made you feel. I'll try not to jaywalk in the future while you're watching, but trust I'm gonna do it the rest of my life. It's the best way to go about being a pedestrian.
When he's personally inconvenienced by the rules that he's broken, his demeanor changes. He suddenly becomes very principled and direct. He's doing and saying things that contradict that initial first impression.
And he says, no, I have to give you a ticket, give me your ID. I said, you don't understand, I only give people my ID for real stuff. This is not real, this is a fantasy crime that you're enforcing to cover up the fact that the city is having financial problems right now. The city is broke and they put you out here with a quota, and that's fine. I will donate 60 of your colorful ass dollars to your broke ass city. But let's just do it like that, no paperwork, and it's good. Guess what? 2 more cops show up. Now we have 3 Montreal police officers working this high-profile jaywalking case. 3 cops for me and jaywalking. Fair enough.
This can be a really effective comedic technique. Juxtaposing one aspect of your performance against every other element of your voice can be really funny. For instance, a sweet old lady who's very socially conservative, doesn't curse, wears fine jewelry and nice clothes, but she talks about really crass subject matter, that can be really funny. Or a tall, buff guy with a big, bushy beard comes up on stage and then he starts speaking in a very soft tone, perhaps a little effeminate. That could potentially be really funny because it plays with our expectations as the audience. When the audience thinks they know what to expect, and then something subverts that expectation, they're immediately invested. And that's something that I think Hannibal does extremely well, juxtaposing that nonchalant tone with his very principled stances. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. Happy late Halloween. Be sure to get out there and vote. Yeah, that's right. You couldn't even get through this video without someone telling you to vote. Now, this week's going to be a double post week, so I'm posting this video on Sunday, and then I'm going to post another one on Thursday, since I didn't post last week because I was down in Austin. And then we'll get back to posting every Sunday. If you stuck around this long, please make sure to hit the like button down below this video. Be sure to go like my page, Jordan Black Comedy. I post a lot of funny stuff over there. And hit the bell icon next to my name. That way you're notified whenever I post new stuff. Thanks for watching. I'm Jordan Black. See you next time.